Hey there, I'm Holly Schindler, an award-winning author as well as freelance editor, writing coach, and writing instructor. I'm also an indie author and publisher. And today in the series on formatting your print book in InDesign, we're going to be hitting page numbers. Now, the first time you're formatting a print book in InDesign, I know page numbering is just one of those things that seems completely complicated at first, but once you understand sections and parent pages, it's actually pretty simple. So today I'm just going to show you the basic process I use for my independently published books. Now, before we even talk about putting numbers on the actual document itself, we need to talk about numbering sections, okay? Because for the most part, your front matter in your book is going to be treated like a completely different section than the main body of your book, right? Now, if you are formatting a book for the first time and you need some help figuring out what actually goes in this front matter, I did an entire video about that previously. I'm going to link to it at the top of the screen here. But, if you grab any traditionally published books, even off the shelf, you're going to find that, the title page, the copyright page, those pages in the front matter are for the most part completely unpaginated, and the pagination starts where the book actually begins. So how do you get InDesign to start numbering all the way down here? In my case, this is page 9 of my book. I'm using my book on narrative transportation just as an example here. But my text starts on page 9. So how do I do that? Okay, come up here to the very first page in your Pages panel on the page itself here. Right click, go to Numbering and Section Options. Okay, now we're going to choose a numbering style. We do not want to choose these regular numbers. We want to choose something else. Most of the time, I choose letters. Okay, and then we'll click OK. Now, at first, this doesn't seem to have helped us much, right? Because it just changed all of these page numbers to lowercase letters. Okay, now on what is now page I, the first page of my book, I'm going to right click again, do another numbering and section option. Now I'm going to tell it here, start page numbering at page 1, and I am going to choose here my regular Arabic numbers, right? Now you can see here, this first page of my manuscript is now listed in the Pages panel as page 1. So now we've gotten InDesign to recognize that the first page of the book is now page 1. Okay, so we're halfway there. Now, how do we get the page numbers to display? Okay, now parent pages kick in. Up here, we've got some options on parent pages. I'm just going to apply this to the parent page that's already listed here. I'm going to edit this parent page. First thing I'm going to do, I do like to title my parent pages. I may have several within the course of formatting one book. So for this one, right click again, parent options. Since we are doing page numbers, I'm just going to call this pages. But I'm showing you that is how you title that parent page if you want to keep things straight. All right, now we're going to double click this parent page in order to edit it. Double click that title there where it says A pages, double click, and now we don't see our manuscript anymore. We only see the parent pages. We are only editing what is going to go on the parent page. So we're going to grab our text tool, draw ourselves a text box. Okay, we're going to go up to Type at the top of the screen, select Insert Special Character, Markers, Current Page Number. Now I know it says A here again. Don't worry about that. This is just a placeholder. You're just formatting what the page number would look like, and then it's going to display what is actually what you have set over here in the Pages panel, right? Whatever, page 3 is going to say 3, page 4 is going to say 4. This is just a placeholder here. Okay, but we can format this. All right, so if you highlight it, you go back up to the right side of the screen, you click Properties. You can tell InDesign, I want it to be the font that matches the rest of my document, okay? And I want it to be 13 point. So every time this number shows up here on our text, it is going to be in this font and this size. Grab your selection tool, select Alt on a Windows and Option on a Mac, and drag. all the way over to the other side. That duplicates this text box on this side. Okay. Now I'm showing you how I personally like my pages to display. I like them to display on the outer margins of both my pages. And of course you can put them in the middle of the page at the bottom. You can even put them at the top. It's the same process. You're just putting the text box at the top. But when I did this, when I duplicated this text box, you can see that my number is not actually displaying on the outer margin here the way I want it to. So what I would do here on this box only, I'd select that text and I would choose the option on my properties panel to align right. And now I've got 2 page numbers on the outer margin of my book. Come back to your pages panel and you're going to right select a page again, apply parent to pages. Now, personally, I leave the very first page of my book without a visible page number. And I start my numbered pagination on page 2. So I'm going to type in 2 hyphen to tell it to, paginate through the very end of the manuscript. I'm going to click OK. And now we can come over to our manuscript itself. If you click on a page over here in your pages panel, an actual page, it'll take you out of the parent page editing. So let's double click on page 2. And there you have it. There are your pages displayed properly on your manuscript. And notice up here again, you have front matter that is not paginated. Your pages start with the main text of your book. Now that's just the basic setup for a professional print book page numbering system in InDesign. If you have any questions about InDesign yourself, something that always gives you fits about InDesign, maybe even a question about parent pages, additional questions about parent pages, go ahead and drop them into the comments section here and I will absolutely build a video around it. I'll catch you in the next video, guys. In the meantime, go write something.